These brutal picks are results of sports injuries. Webster's dictionary defines a sport as recreation that includes physical activity. Most people would think of a sport as an athletic competition that demonstrates skills such as physical strength, stamina, agility, and speed. In the United States today, the major sports in which animals are involved are horse racing, greyhound racing, sled dog racing, rodeos, and organized animal fighting. With the exception of animal fighting, all of these are considered legitimate sports. When one thinks of animal cruelty, they immediately think of illegal acts such as dog fighting, cockfighting, and bullfighting. But legalized sports like horse racing, greyhound racing, rodeos, and sled dog races, in each of these sports, there is some sort of injury or death to the animal. Animals can be a moneymaker for people who own, train, and manage them. Similar to legal spectator sports such as boxing, wrestling, UFC fighting, what makes one legal and the other not? Animal fighting is no different from organized sports because they all are trained to draw crowds. They are profitable and all suffer a similar fate. We should ban all sports in which animals are treated cruel or at risk of injury or death. But Americans would never go for it. Then how fair is it to say that animal fighting should be banned? Animal fighting received big media with the Michael Vick case. Excuse me. I know from my questionnaire that all my audience and classmates all are familiar with this case. Even though you all have never witnessed such acts, think animal fights are illegal, but are fans of blood sports such as boxing and UFC fights. As we explore different types of animal cruelty, I mean sports, I'm sure you heard of different sports involving animals. Tough training and scheduling are given and can include important performance enhancement drugs such as steroids. How many of your favorite athletes have been accused or convicted of drug use? These animals are born, or shall I say bred, to perform. So the welfare of the animal comes second nature. When one thinks of animal cruelty, you think of the Humane Society. The Humane Society states that horses endure such injuries as leg ailments and injuries including fractures and sores of the skin. Dogs used in fighting or racing suffer similar injuries as well, such as shock, dehydration, exhaustion, and infections throughout their body. The Humane Society also states that there were over 7,500 to 20,000 greyhounds euthanized simply because they could not perform anymore. It wasn't fast enough, and cannot win races. Don't forget the media attention of a big horse named Barbora, a horse that was injured during the Preakness and was put down because of it several months later. The fate of animals should not lie in the hands of humans solely because they are less skilled, injured, past their prime, or unable to compete. Should not have to be put to death because of it. Just like the several deaths in the boxing ring, it will not stop the show because the show must go on. The main reason is big business that they attract. People are attracted to blood, guts, and gore. Naturally, blood sports draw large crowds and big tickets for big money. They don't just watch them, they gamble as well. How many of you ever bet on a fight or a sporting event? Come on, let's be real, okay? Such as horse racing, greyhounds, racing, sled racing. They are combined with legalized gambling industries. So dog fighting has become a big business driven by illegal gambling. Ladies and gentlemen, gambling is gambling. Rodeos and sled dog racing depend on sponsors for financing backing in exchange for advertisement. Something like boxers that promote companies with slogans on their backs and on their shorts. Many groups try to prevent cruelty to animals. They criticize the mental and physical suffering caused or that they are used anyway. Unfortunately, cruelty to animals is not only part of our culture, but is entertaining to some. If all of the demoralizing sports covered lead to injury or death to animals, why should one be allowed over the other? If you legalize one, then legalize them all.